What are we talking about today? What are we talking about today?
I pokes ahead jokes.
I don't know.
Three ducks in. Welcome back to episode 226 of Eye Pokes and Head Chokes, the episode in which we have no idea what we really want to talk about like that much, to be honest with you.
Except for pokes and chokes.
But yeah, like, who are you poking? Who are you choking? It's your boy, Mr. Alex. On the other end, it's Mr. Cooler. We're both tired. It's a Monday. It's hot as fucking New York. It is ass hot outside. It's like if you were in between 8 million
It's 91 degrees. Well, it's not 91 right now, but it was 91 degrees, and it did not feel like 91. It felt worse.
It felt like 99 with that dry fucking heat. You know, it was a lot, man. It was a lot. And mind you, I was only like I clocked out.
Thankfully,
lunch, but I didn't go out to lunch. I didn't go out to lunch just because I was like, it's too hot, man. It's too fucking hot.
Yeah, nah.
And this is the guy that still wants to move to Florida. Why, you ask? I don't know. At least you know what the difference is. At least I'll be in a car. You know what I mean? Driving.
Yeah,
I have my AC.
Yeah.
I don't have to deal with other people except for on the road, probably killing me because they don't know how to fucking drive down there. But
in between, like getting gas,
I have my actual personal space. You know what I mean? While I'm driving.
Yeah, between that and it's not going to be that bad. The heat's not going to be that bad.
And plus, it's more dispersed because it's not like a super tight city, depending where I am. But you know, it is what it is. It's not New York. That's all I know. Because I always tell people, I'm like, they're like, oh my God, it's hot where I live too. I'm like, I don't think you've ever had the greenhouse effect that New York gets. But it is. It is what it is. So
then it just feels like bus fuel. It just feels like bus fuel.
So like yes. So the fumes from the bus add to the train stations. Just don't go to West 4th during the summertime. Try to avoid West 4th like the plague. And 34th
Never
Street.
do it.
And Union Square. God. For anybody planning a trip to New York, avoid those train stations. Because you will die if you are not properly hydrated.
You know what's crazy? It's not that bad on the 4 line.
Except for Union Square. Union Square is the death drop.
Yeah. But
the 4 line isn't too bad. You're right.
It's not too bad. Yeah. It's just
the orange lines are usually the worst ones. Yeah, which is weird, but it is what it is. Because this morning I had to wait 26 minutes for my fucking train. It was not. I was not happy.
That's why you want to leave. That's exactly why you want to leave.
Yeah, shit like that. Because I could deal with 26 minutes of traffic. I could deal with that because that's understandable. Because people are still assholes there, but trains just keep going out of service all the time. So it's just like, whatever. But
because people are assholes on the trains too, and they want to do other shit. And
that too.
Littering is a big problem, folks.
Yeah. And
that's another reason why I want to leave New York. Everywhere else, you can see the ground. You can't see no litter.
I know. And
so clean.
On top of that, like I was just walking across the street, and I'm like, I could break my ankles 8 different ways. Like in all these potholes. And I can sue the city for it. I probably should, but no, yeah. And when I was last time I was on vacation, everywhere else it's just fucking smooth pavement, not a crack in the world. I'm like, they care about their cars because it's a driving community. So I'm just like, damn, bro. Yeah, it's crazy.
They care about everything. They care about everything.
Can't wait to move. Either way, we're here to talk about stuff that happened over the weekend, like wrestling. And a stupid boxing
Did more
match.
People get fired? More people get fired?
People did get fired. We could talk about that. And we could talk about an upcoming debut in MMA for Claressa Shields. So
I don't know who that is.
I'll get into it afterwards. Jesus Christ. Let's get this shit rolling because I'm fucking tired.
What was
Yeah, I don't know. That was like my voice. That's me when I get tired. You should hear the noises I do. It's fucking retarded. Oh no.
It sounds like a
I'll
fucking
edit that
horse.
out. I'll edit that out. Anyways, that's how you know I'm tired. Oh my god. This is what I get for watching Sunny at work too. Oh my god. Anyways,
Gotta do it. Gotta
it's
do it.
always Sunny that gets me in trouble with certain things. I take that word back. I'm sorry. But oh yeah, so this weekend we had that well, let's just start with yesterday because it just makes more sense. There was a UFC Fight Night. I did not win, but Jairzinho Rozenstruik did get the KO victory at the end of the second round, I believe, if I remember correctly.
I don't know. I have to watch it as well. It's on Hulu.
Or I think it was at the end of the first round, I believe, because I remember it said like last second finish. I don't know what round it was. I think it was the first. But I saw the rest of the card in terms of the results, and it was very, very bland.
Flat
decision wins.
Okay.
Not to say that there wasn't action, because you can have supreme amounts of action with a decision win and nobody just goes down, but there weren't as many KOs as I thought there would be. I don't know. Plus, a lot of people that were on the card, I had no idea who they were. Some of them, so which is fine. You have to put that out there. But
what card are you talking about? The UFC card from Saturday?
UFC Fight Night, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't watch it. There's really nothing to watch.
About it. No, yeah, and that's why I was like,
I don't know how we
review I think is coming up in 2 weeks, so we're just waiting for that one. That's when Izzy defends against Vettori, so that's definitely something we'll discuss. But yeah, that was UFC. Then we had that stupid boxing match last night.
But Ocho Cinco had a match too.
Okay, so let's just talk about that real quick. Ocho Cinco.
Yeah, let's talk about 85.
Besides the knockdown,
he's good.
He's impressed
good with
me.
The hand.
He's fast. Nice. He's very fast. And he was, I don't know if the other dude was just like a legit amateur, and he took the fight, but he was fucking homeboy up. And he got caught. The only reason he got caught is because he was already leaning back, and he got cocky with his hands down, and he got caught. And that happens, but he popped right back up.
Pretty much tripped himself up.
Yeah. So it wasn't like a knockdown. It was like one of those flash knockdowns. Like he was off balance already. Yeah, you're watching that. I know exactly. Trust me, I was making those faces too.
You don't know.
No, I know. Because I just finished watching it not too long ago. So, but yeah, he looked really good overall. Chad Ochocinco or Chad Johnson, whatever the fuck he goes by now.
85.
He looked really good, really, really good. He was fast. He was beating him to the punch every single time, and he's like, I think he's like 40 now, and he's still like he moves pretty well. Or at least close to 40. So he's somewhere around there. He should be like 38, 39. But either way, like
that's what I'm thinking.
He was moving really well. His footwork was really good, solid. He wasn't flat-footed, which most people that just start off boxing or whatever, not to say that he just started off, because I'm pretty sure he's been training for a while, but a lot of people, are flat on their feet sometimes. Like I said, once again, he got knocked down, but he popped right back up immediately. He's like, yo, I'm good. Like, let's just go.
He's only 6'1".
Yeah. It was really, really, really good overall. And
he's 43.
Exactly. There you go. For a 43-year-old, he was looking pretty solid. Even for like an exhibition amateur bout, like it was really he did well. He had a good time. You could tell he was having fun while he was lacing the other dude up. Like he was he was touching him a bunch of times. He was tagging the shit out of him. So it was cool to see for sure. I didn't watch anything really in between. I had it on. I was watching the USA versus Mexico game. So I don't know if I pressed record the last time we had to pause, but in the middle of all of that stuff, I think we talked for like 5 minutes about Babadoo Jack, and you laughed at me because I said Babadoo Jack instead of Badu Jack, and now Babadoo Jack is gonna be stuck in my head just like the way I'm saying it, Babadoo Jack. So yeah, but he had a good match against Colina. Colina took it on short notice, like you said. Overall, he was a favorite. He won. That's why he was a favorite. Knocked him down. Colina lasted a while, taking the fight on short notice, but yeah, good job, Abdu. So yeah, and then we had the stupid fight with instead of the super fight, see what I did there? Stupid fight.
The super fight.
Yeah.
Super fight.
So you had a YouTuber up against a 44-year-old Mayweather. People were like, "Oh, I hope he knocks him out."
Boxing legend.
It was like, whatever. He was like, "Oh, I hope
You can say
Mayweather."
It's all right.
No, I like Mayweather's like. No, don't get me wrong. I'll never knock the skills, and I'll never knock what he did.
Yeah.
But you also picked your opponents at the right time. You fought Canelo too early, and dodged a couple people.
That's what happens when you're the legend. I mean, that's what happens when you're the champion. You get to pick and choose. When you get to pick and choose, when you're the draw.
Yeah, some might say
which does suck. It's not the best thing to do, but it's good that you can do it.
Yeah. Either way, 50-0 is nothing to scoff at anyway. At the same time, whatever. So people were saying that, oh, Mayweather has, like, I hope Mayweather knocks him out. One, Mayweather was never going to knock him out. Because that's
not what he does.
No, I mean, he did for a while. For a long time, he would knock motherfuckers out.
He did.
But, because he has 27 KOs. But the last time I saw a knockout was like 2007. Maybe 2006.
That's what I'm saying. That's not what he's.
So
that's not what he do anymore.
And I was like, that's one. Two. Logan Paul was like 189 or 179, right? Or 189 actually.
189.
Yeah.
189.
There was in no world was he gonna knock him out. I'm sorry. In no world was he gonna knock him out. I'm not saying couldn't. I'm not saying he couldn't have, but he wasn't going to. Third, I'm pretty sure there was he could have, if he wanted to, he probably could have put it on him, really put it on him to try to knock him out. But you could tell he was holding back. There was obviously it's all about money at the end of the day. Mayweather for some reason needs it after all the money he made over the millions and millions. For some reason he needs it. I don't know why. Whatever.
I really hope he doesn't need it, but
I think he does because, dude, there's a reason why 50 Cent was talking so much shit, saying like, "Yo, you need the money, blah blah blah," and that. There's a reason.
Yeah.
Some people are reckless with that type of money. They think it's infinite, and then they're just like, oh, you know. So here's what it is. Either way, Logan Paul.
Yeah, there's a lot of the money team merch running around New York City, and nobody really buying it.
No, nobody buying it.
So
that shit falls off
part of it too.
Exactly. So, but not like Logan Paul. He did all right. Like, whatever. Like, he got some hits in. Yeah. He used his body weight. Yeah, he used the weight like he should have.
He knows how to box.
Yeah. No, he does. 100%. He can box.
Yeah.
I'm not taking that away from him. He's way better than his brother. Like, he's actually like way better than the other asshole, the other asshat.
Oh my God, no!
But Logan Paul can box.
You can't. Yeah,
Logan Paul can box. Like,
I'm really upset that Mayweather did not make him pay for the sins of his brother taking his hat. It wasn't enough.
It's about money at the end of the day. Got your hat. Anyways,
don't take my hat. Don't take anything off my body.
We're past that. That doesn't matter. Logan Paul was like, he's proficient. He could box, which was fine. But when you have 13% hit rate against pretty much everybody that has averaged about maybe 20%, 17%, like, it's not surprising. You were never really going to hit him that much or touch him that much. Yeah, you tagged him a couple times at the body, which is probably your best method to go to the body and to, like, you know, get on him and, like, lean on him and punch him here and there. And whatever.
In the first round.
At the end of the first round, none of them hit. None of them hit. And I was just like, Mayweather was just like, dun, 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 dun. You done? All right, but like, and like,
they
you know,
all bounced right off there.
Yeah, he parried every single one of them, and I was just like, it's, you know, it's Mayweather.
They all slid right off him. They slid off of him.
It was a stupid fight to have to begin with.
Hey,
why this was a pay-per-view, and that's my problem. And this is my problem. Like, people are still. I mean, we didn't pay for it, so whatever. I didn't pay for it. I watched it on the network.
You didn't pay for it?
Like,
Okay, I
you know,
did so.
dude,
I did
everybody
so.
watched it on the network. Nobody paid for that shit. I'm sorry.
I was so mad. It was slow.
They're gonna lie about pay-per-view buys. Absolutely gonna lie about it. Nobody paid.
Who does it anymore?
The only thing I would pay for maybe is like if I wanted to, and if I wanted support for real, like UFC, but even then, like I wouldn't, like unless it's like the triple mega fights. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
3 title matches, like, but those have already gone, so it's just there's no reason to pay for any of those fights, to be real with you, except for like UFC or actual.
One person to watch a pay-per-view.
How much was the fight? Like, I think 60?
Like $50, $60. I don't know.
Anybody who paid for that shit, I'm sorry that you didn't. That you don't know.
Anybody who paid for that by themselves, yeah, it would be pointless.
Yeah, I'm sorry you don't know about First Row Sports. Even like, you know what I mean? Like that shit was everywhere for free. If you paid for that shit, I feel bad for you. Like, but like I said, I was watching it on and off. I was watching the USA Mexico game. I was watching the US hand it to Mexico. So like I was going back and forth, and it's what you expected. Like, yes, Logan Paul did.
Yeah,
he did okay. And
all he did was mad hugging. He just showed that he can actually box.
Yeah, that he's proficient at it.
That was the point of that.
That's why it's called an exhibition match. Exactly. So, yeah.
Yeah. But people don't understand that. They wanted blood and guts.
Oh, he didn't knock him out.
They wanted somebody's head knocked off.
I'm like, yo, this is all about money. Like,
that you're not even spending. Shut up.
Exactly. It's all about money.
That's why, I knew, I'm not mad about it because I knew what it was going to be, and I didn't spend any money on it because I knew what it was going to be. Yeah, I'm not upset.
Yeah,
wasting my time, but I was doing other things too.
Exactly. That was something you have on in the background while you're cleaning, type shit. That should have been like at 2 p.m.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, should have been at 2 p.m.
Yeah.
Not on a fucking Sunday. Secondly, let's start there. You're not a WWE pay-per-view. What was going on Saturday that you couldn't make it on a Saturday?
They were scared of the UFC Fight Night.
Of a Fight Night? No, I doubt it.
I know. It really made no sense. I thought it was supposed to be next week. I didn't know it was last night.
The reason we went to the barbecue was because Naldo was just like, yo, I'm like, these assholes want to watch the fight tomorrow, blah, 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 come through. I was just like, all right, whatever. I was like, yeah, I'll go hang out because I haven't seen you in forever. We'll watch that stupid fight. And then I
they were talking about, you thought it was?
Dude, and then Arnaldo, he was just like, oh, because everybody was telling him the fight was on Saturday. And nope. So when I got there, he was like, yeah, the fight is tomorrow. I was like, the fight's tomorrow? He was like, yeah. I was
on
like,
Saturday.
Fucking dummies. So it is what it is. But yeah, it was a joke.
Boxing got to stay off of Sunday. Sunday is just for wrestling.
Yeah, man.
Don't come over here being whack on Sundays too.
Exactly.
Because if you want to talk about a boxing, you can't be
that
whack on both days.
Should have been $10. That's all I gotta say about it. To be honest with you, that's about it. They shouldn't have charged more than $10. It was a joke. That's the only positive light about it. The whole Ocho Cinco thing. So yeah. He looked good for 4 rounds.
Got all my money that I didn't spend.
It is what it is. So that was that. So we do have New Japan to talk about. So there were only 5 matches that somehow took 3.5 hours. I don't know how, but they did. So I'm just gonna run through the schedule.
I'm not gonna
through the results. So
because the title matches the last 2 matches were long ish.
Sure, but 3.5 hours, like,
about 45 each. Well, no, not that much. 40 together.
So we had fuck. Bullet Club. There you go. We had Bullet Club defeating I guess Chaos. Yeah, Sho, Yoshihashi, Tomohiro Ishii, Hiroki Goto, and Hiroshi Tanahashi. In 11 minutes. After that, we had a 6-man tag match. You had Lij, Bushi, Sonata, and Tetsuya Naito defeating Dookie, Zack Sabre Jr., and Taichi. After that, we had the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship match. El Desperado defending it against Yo. Did not watch the match. El Desperado successfully defended his title. After
what is going on with Yo?
Tired. Oh, with Yo, I heard you, but with Yo, got it. I don't know.
No, I'm worried about Yo, not you.
Yeah, no. Yeah. After that, we had the special singles match. Kota Ibushi versus Jeff Cobb. That was a 15-minute match. So,
why did that feel like? I was trying to watch that at work. That's why. Yeah. So why is it still 3 hours?
That's what I want to know, because it doesn't make sense. Because if the first match was 11, if the first match was 11:50, unless they had a bunch of exhibition matches in between or a bunch of I don't know, because the first match was 12 minutes. The first match was 12 minutes. The second match was 12 minutes. The third match was 23 minutes. The fourth match was 15 minutes. The last match, the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship match between Shingo Takagi and Kazuchika Okada, was 36 minutes flat, which Shingo Takagi became the brand new IWGP World Heavyweight Champion.
It's not IWGP anymore.
It is. It is.
It is? Okay. All right. I thought it was world title.
It's the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. They're never going to get rid of the IWGP moniker. That's what makes them. It's the International Wrestling Grand Prix. That's what it is. You can't get rid of the IWGP. If you get rid of the IWGP, you kill New Japan. No, effectively, I'm dead serious. You effectively kill the whole lust, the whole thing about it. So
it goes to being the wrestling universe. If they take it out, so they could. Can't do that. They can't do that.
Either way.
That
match was a great fucking match. I give it 5 stars minimum. Shingo and Okada doing Shingo and Okada shit. We knew it was gonna be a fucking crazy match. We know you're gonna see some hard hitting technical shit. I just felt it when I started watching it. I was just like, yeah, I think he's gonna win, and it makes sense for him to win.
The way they were talking
about
him.
They were focusing on Okada, and then there was a big fucking moment for about 5 to 10 minutes where they were talking about Shingo and Okada and the parallels between them, and there was a lot of really good insight there. A lot of great insight. That's
when I realized he's gonna win, and this is why.
To the point where
I saw pictures, but I'm like, this is what they're doing.
I didn't know what happened.
Building him up.
Yeah, I didn't know what happened. Building it up. I saw the outcome literally about an hour ago, so I was just like, oh shit! When I turned off notifications for today. So
no, it wasn't no notifications. I just looked. I was scrolling and bam!
Yeah, for looking
with the title.
I stayed on Twitter. I stayed on Twitter on purpose. But no, the way they were talking about the parallels and the stories behind them both and all that stuff.
It was so obvious.
You could tell. I was just like, okay, Shingo's gonna win it. How? There was a fucking running clothesline off of a Rainmaker that he countered. That was so fucking beast that you saw all the mist come out him. Oh my God. That shit was crazy. I was like, oh,
Masvidal?
Yes, it was Masvidal. It's for the clothesline instead.
I gotta reference that shit all the time because I still have that picture in my phone for no reason.
Bro, because you see everything, he froze in time real quick. No, but It was a great match. It started off very technical, as per usual, between two very technical wrestlers. At the end of the day,
And the chain wrestling, like
really good chain wrestling.
Yeah,
it wasn't like super
Yeah,
insane,
yeah.
but like really good chain
That's why I
wrestling.
said
To, you know,
like,
to
it
set the
wasn't-
pace, to set the pace
yeah, that's why
properly.
I don't even really consider that chain wrestling, but it's like it is.
No, it is. It definitely is.
It is. It's just not like it's not Daniel Bryan,
No.
Zach Saber's short staff. It's not that technical level, but it's technical.
But it's like it's yeah,
Technical
it was
chain
definitely
wrestling.
technical. It started off technical, then it went to, you know, the hard hitting, then it went towards Okada's back, then it went to trying to get then to trying to get the money clip on him. It was a lot of ups and downs, but a 36 minute match that everyone should very much so watch, because it was just really good. Really, really good. I'm happy Shingo got it. Apparently he's 37, 38, the same age as Ibushi.
Okay.
And he was the next person he called out a challenger, like overall. He was like, yo, he's like, it's funny how you had this belt a couple months ago. Now I have it. He was like, let's just have a violent match.
That's the good
and that's the gist of what he said. Let's have a violent match like we know how to have. And I was just like, okay.
Ooh.
So I could see that happening.
That's a really nice fucking title.
It's grown on me a lot. I'm not gonna lie.
I knew it was gonna grow. I knew it was.
No, you know why? It's because I was just mad at Ibushi the whole time.
The change.
Yeah. I was like, you little bitch. But then when Ospreay got it, I was like, oh, that's good.
Yeah. He made it pop. Yeah. But it should have stayed.
And with Shingo, like, it looks good. So it's like, it is what it is. Shit happens, injuries and whatnot. But
that shit has had 3 champions
in 3 months. In 4 months. But again, injuries take place.
Yeah.
Like, it happens. So
yeah.
That
sucks. But back to it. Back to the show being 3 hours. They are taping now.
They're taping sections.
Yes, they're taping sections now.
I guess it comes back to them not having the same type of rollout with like the vaccines and all that shit and this and that. There's a lot of shit they probably still have to tape and put into the show, because that's when you tally it up. It's not even a 2-hour show. Well, it's a little bit over a 2-hour show. So it's like where were you at? Wow. Actually, it's not. It's not a 2-hour show, because if it's 36 like minutes, 24 minutes, that's an hour, right? Then you have 2-3 matches that are no more than 15 minutes. That's about an hour and 45 minute show. So there was something that they added in. Obviously, I didn't look through it that well, because I just went straight to the championship match, because I wasn't watching no tag matches that I've seen a million times.
They're still doing the intermission where they wipe down the ring and shit.
That too. So there's 15 minutes extra in there about. So, but that equals 2 hours, even with that. So where does the extra hour come in? Where does the extra hour and a half come in? Well, I'll say hour. So like, where does the extra come? Like, where'd you get an hour from? I won't ever know, because it is what it is. But overall,
it'll be nice to know. Not that it really is that necessary.
Yeah.
Like if some shit actually went down, it's like, okay, that's what. But whatever.
So I'm guessing his title match is gonna be at Kizuna Road, or at Summer Struggle.
At what?
Summer Struggle. It's gonna be at Summer Struggle. In Sapporo? No.
Oh yeah, it should be at Summer Struggle. That would make sense. Summer Struggle is usually August 29th. It was August 29th of last year.
It starts in July this year.
That's what I'm saying. But like the actual event.
So they have Kizuna Road, and then let me check. I'll tell you right now where it is, because they have the Summer Struggle in. They have Summer Struggle in Sapporo, right? Then they have Summer Struggle, which both will be in Hokkaido. Then they have Summer Struggle 2021, which are all around Tokyo. They don't have a date. They don't have a spot for the 13th, but they have one in Akita. And then
they have a date for this year.
And they have one in Kurokoen Hall. Then Summer Struggle in Osaka, back at Osaka.
So that's a tour.
Gym. But I'm looking at, usually it goes to something. And then the 27th, 28th,
Summer Struggle last night. Last struggle.
So Summer Struggle 2021 again, July 27th, 30th. They're really having to free hand all this shit because of the COVID stuff, because of the slow rollouts. Their vaccination rates are
They
very
started
fucking
off
low.
better.
They started off better, but then like everybody's getting ahead of them, which is weird to me. I don't know what the struggle
is. Vaccine shit.
I don't know what the struggle is with getting vaccine, and that's also probably it. And I've heard a lot that a lot of people don't trust the government in Japan for some reason. I don't know why. I'm not gonna get into it because I really have no idea why. But
I don't know.
It stems from a lot of lies.
Pretty much no matter where you go.
Yeah. But overall, it is what it is. It was a great match. I enjoyed it. Well deserved by Shingo Takagi. And I had to ask, is he still part of LIJ, like legit, or? Because it's not like they came out or anything. Exactly. That's what I want to know. Like, you haven't seen them together in a long time.
Maybe one of the tag matches. But...
Yeah, but maybe that's also by design because you don't want to, just in case one of them gets COVID and then it affects more. And they might be keeping certain people separate from everybody else, like, in case of emergency type shit. So that might be a thing.
Which makes sense.
But yeah, that was Dominion in Osaka, Joe Hall. But yeah, so before we get into the random stuff, I just want to talk about Claressa Shields. So Claressa Shields, you can Google her now if you want. She is.
I don't want to. Tell me about her. Who is this chick?
She is
who's this young lady?
Best women's boxer of all time. She's only 20.
Okay, I'm gonna Google her now.
She's a double unified champ. Yeah.
Double.
In two different divisions. So pretty much, she's only 26. She's from Flint, Michigan. Her nickname is the T-Rex. She's a 2-time Olympic gold medalist.
Okay.
She has 8 titles all at the same time right now. She's 11-0.
8?
8. Yeah, she's holding 8 titles.
Ooh, shit! And only had 11 fights.
Yeah. She wants to become the greatest woman of all time in terms of combat sports. So what she's doing is she got a contract with the PFL, with Professional Fighters League, that shows up on ESPN. She has a fight on June 10th, her debut MMA fight. She wants to be a champion in MMA at the same time she's a champion in boxing. So she wants to do MMA, then train for boxing, then go for MMA, then box, or however it goes.
Lord.
Yeah.
Oh, so, it's about to happen. That's just about to happen.
In terms of how much of a beast she is, she's a beast. I've seen tape. I've seen like highlights. She's fucking everybody up. Like, there's a reason why you're a double unified champ. Like, nobody's ever done that. You know what I mean? Regardless of gender, nobody's ever done that. Tatiana Ali was a beast, but she doesn't touch Claressa Shields.
Light middleweight, super middleweight.
Yeah. She's the only boxer in history, male or female, to hold all 4 major titles in boxing simultaneously in 2 weight classes. Like, who the fuck has baffling. So like she, as for me, her wanting to test herself and move on to something, she's like, I'm fucking everybody else up here. Like, what's let me go find something else. Let me try my shit in MMA. And they asked her like, will you be giving up my title, your titles and whatever for, will you quit boxing? She's like, why I gotta quit boxing for? She was like, the only way I give up these titles is if somebody beats me, and none of these women can beat me.
That would be the best thing for boxing, honestly.
Yeah, but this is the thing.
That would be the best thing for boxing.
A lot of people talking shit. Not talking shit, but a lot of people saying, "Oh, she's way she's thinking way too big for herself. Like, MMA is a different beast." Blah blah. Yes, MMA is a different beast. But have you ever heard of Holly Holm? Anyone? Right? World champion boxer, just like Claressa Shields, and nowhere near as good as Claressa Shields, but still a world champion boxer in her own right. She was a champion. and she made the transition to MMA. And guess what? She also became UFC champion. So it's not out of the realm of possibility. The only struggle that I see is her doing both at the same time, because you can't. Everybody like that's a UFC fighter or anybody like any detractors say the biggest problem might be juggling both at the same time, because with MMA it's a completely different beast. You gotta know the ground game. You gotta know the grappling. You gotta know the submissions, escapes, wrestling. You also have to understand that strikes are gonna be different. You can kick. You could get elbowed. Like
everything is
so. There's
different.
A lot of things, and not to say that she can't do it, but if somebody takes her down, I'll be interested to see. I'm gonna watch her fight. I'm gonna watch it because it's a very interesting thing overall for the history of sports, male or female. That's like if Mayweather were to go over from like when in his prime went from that to UFC, or Canelo goes to the UFC right now. You know what I mean? Like it's that groundbreaking. So everybody's gonna have their eyes on this, and yes, it might just be the PFL, but still, it's a big fucking deal.
It'll still be that Hall of Fame.
Because the PFL, if she shows up and she fucking wins that match, then it's like, okay, you're gonna have to start paying attention a little bit more, and then she's gonna liven up. She's gonna bring more attention to the female game. And on top of that, bring more attention to the female to the women's boxing as well. So it's kind of a win-win. If she loses, you could kind of chalk it up to, well, you know, it is what it is. Like
she's doing too many things.
But you could also just chalk it up debuts, jitters, or this and that. Not that she's one to get nervous. I mean, she has said she's gotten nervous with her fights and whatever. But either way, like that's expected. It's a fight. Like, you know, shit can happen. But either way, like her professionalism, and she's kind of cocky, which I like. I mean, and as a double unified world champ, you should be. Yeah. At that point,
you should be a little cocky.
So, like for me, she wants to be the greatest woman of all time, which is something to aspire to, which is great, which is awesome in combat sports. But to get there, you gotta beat the greatest woman. You gotta beat the greatest woman of all time in UFC. In MMA, period. And they're around the same weight class. So if Claressa Shields starts like actually making headway in MMA, and even if she loses her debut, which is highly possible,
anything's possible.
As long as she shows up and doesn't look like she's a fish out of water, I think the future is bright. Yeah. Overall, and she'll get more eyes. Like I feel like Claressa Shields should be on an undercard, co-main eventing a fucking boxing pay-per-view. Like honestly, that's how good she is. She could bang with the dudes easily.
What did I miss? Why do I not know about her like that?
A lot of people don't, and that's a sad thing.
But where can I watch these fights? Like, what pay-per-view?
A lot of ESPN stuff. There's a lot of ESPN stuff. Okay. You have to look it up. Give me a second. Let me pause this real quick.
All right.
But you can find her stuff online for sure. She had her pay-per-view. I think she had the first pay-per-view, or like, you know, actually on live television, on ESPN, the last fight where she unified the title. She also she unified the title in Flint, Michigan, which was cool because that's where she's from. So she's just a beast, and I'm very interested this week. And I saw her on the Joe Rogan podcast as well, which like that actually, you know, helped me understand her more and get into knowing how much of a beast she is. So that was really cool. But it's gonna be interesting, man. It's gonna be very interesting. And we're just gonna keep your robotic, you know, thing going at this point, because there's no point in keep pausing every time it happens. So but yeah, it's gonna be very interesting. I'm gonna watch it. The fight is on June 10th. I don't know exactly at what time. I could tell you guys right now. PFL.
What's the Thursday?
Yeah, it's this Thursday. She'll debut a PFL at Forgot what time. But it's definitely Thursday night's PFL. She's gonna come out and she's fighting against Brittany Elkin. So
Gonna have a fight.
let's see what happens.
She's gonna fight.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to see what happens. So, if she could make history twice, fuck it. Go for it, girl.
Fingers crossed for that.
Do what you gotta do, exactly.
Yep.
But yeah, so let's go into the randoms into your releases. What's been going on with your random release stories again?
I don't even know who's been released. I know people have been released, but I didn't really look into it too much because.
Oh wait, we talked about the whole Braun Strowman and all that shit.
Yeah, I think we talked about everybody. I don't think anybody else got released after that.
Oh, okay. Any other random news?
Yeah. Well, Lana got released. We talked about Lana getting released, right?
Yeah, we did.
Okay.
I don't know if we talked about it after. I don't know. We talked about it sometime. I just have no idea. I'm pretty sure we did.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure we mentioned her going to. She should go back. She should go to AEW to be with Miro and all that shit. Especially now that he's TNT champion, and her being a manager again would make sense for everyone and all that stuff. Or yeah.
Well, no, I would honestly like to see her get a lot better in the ring, and then just have a match. Like, train hard and then have a really good fucking match. I would love for that to happen. I think that would be the place for her to do it. Like, we talked about how many options of coaches there are, and then they just got Mark Henry. If that's what she's looking for,
then yes.
Yeah. Because it's options. You can either sit with AEW people. Well, you can sign or not sign. She doesn't have to sign.
No, she doesn't. She could go train with them. That's not a problem.
Yeah, exactly. Because Cody and Dustin and Matt Hardy, like, all their spots are completely independent of AEW. So she can do that. Those are options. So anything's possible.
Or if she just wants to chill close to hubby for a bit without having to wrestle or show up on TV or whatever, she could do that too.
And I'm sure that's all she really wants to do.
Exactly, she has options.
Because I think he was saying on the AEW podcast that, like, they were meeting halfway. Like, they were both driving 2 hours away from where they work to actually meet each other halfway, which is really dope, but it's really stressful.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
It is.
So,
absolutely.
They really let go of Keith Lee.
No. They released Keith Lee? Are you serious?
He was on that list.
He wasn't on that list last week.
You sure? That's the one I sent. I could be wrong. I think I'm right, though.
You didn't send that.
I could have sworn I did. Because he said he did tweet something about explaining his WWE status. He did say something about that. So
that's not saying he left.
Oh, he left.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I don't know. I thought he was one of the names on the list. I could be wrong. That would be a big mistake if he is on that list of releases.
So apparently Keith Lee has to do the following about a plan. He had to explain his WWE hiatus being canceled. I wanted to do something educational but also inspiring to tell you guys about everything since late January. Seems that's off the table for now. So with that, I'll find another way to tell you guys everything. It might simply be a video of me chatting with you. We'll see. He still has his job.
Yeah, he's still there. I'm looking at a whole bunch of stuff now. Yeah.
Making shit up, you dumb shit.
Hey, this is what this podcast is for, huh? It is not. It really isn't. I don't think anything else really happened in wrestling. I do want to go over the AEW card. Not really. But yeah, Britt Baker came out. She talked her shit. So we didn't even talk about the belt change.
Yeah, she's
the women's title belt change. Yeah, no, but we didn't talk about the actual title.
What is it? Does it look better now?
It's about 3 inches bigger. No, it's not. It's about 1 inch bigger, and instead of 3 side plates on each side, it's 2. It's the same thing. It's just a little bit bigger. Better
Not
better
bigger.
than before. It's slightly bigger. It is slightly bigger. You can tell, but it's not that much bigger. Let me see. I might have the picture, and I might be able to send it to you. Actually,
It is slightly bigger, and it actually looks somewhat better.
I just text you. It's like it's a
We're spending too
it's
much
a
on a stupidly
noticeable.
small belt.
They are, but it's
That
a
was
good looking belt. It's just small. It's not. It's just the size. The design is good, and that's what they're trying to keep. I
I
get
always
that.
said it looked like it was
But
for kids anyway, so
outside of the size, I'm talking about like the design of it, the 3
I
side
never cared
plates,
for
the
I never cared
centerpiece.
for that design of it.
I like the shaping because it's completely different than anything else we have,
True.
whether
I give
men's
you
or
that.
women's title.
I give you that. But
And it
what
did
else
kind of
happened?
grow on me a tiny bit, a tiny bit, a very tiny bit. What did happen? I don't even. That's
That's it?
Nothing really happened. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Nyla threw. Britt Baker came out with some damn cheeseburgers, and Britt and Nyla threw them shits on the floor pretty much. Like, are you having fun over there with your camera following you
No,
like a little hoe?
I'm getting the fucking thing refocused, piece of
Refocusing.
shit. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Sting and Darby came out, talked about something, and then
No, say it
Ethan Page
correctly.
and
Say it correctly. Sting and
Darby Allin.
Kid Sting.
Kid Sting. I hate you. Yeah, well, they came out, they talked about stuff, and then Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page interrupted them, and then I don't remember what they said.
So unimportant stuff.
Yeah. Mark
Why are you
Henry
talking about
said,
unimportant shit?
"Hey, ain't nothing else to talk about."
All right, then we end the podcast. That's the point. Like, that's the point. If you have nothing else to talk about, just end the
There's
podcast.
one thing that's one thing. Nick Camarado, who you don't really know or care about, but he was in NXT, had a cowbell match with Dustin Rhodes, and it was a really good main event match.
Okay.
Cowbells and man blood everywhere. And Dustin
I don't know
went
how
through a
to imagine
table.
that match, but I'm trying to imagine.
Yeah, because you don't know Nick Camarado.
No, I don't care about the wrestler. I'm just thinking about them just walking around with like,
No,
or are they
but it's
hitting
on
each
the
other with
arm. It's not on the
cowbells?
neck.
Should have been on the neck.
It's not. It's on the wrist. It's the wrist. They're I think it's like 20 feet wrist to wrist, and the cowbell in the middle. And it's pretty much a regular no DQ fight. Yeah, so you can do whatever. You have Aaron Solo outside, pretty much setting up tables, trying to distract the ref, trying to distract Dustin. It's a no DQ match.
It sounds like a
While
strap
you're
match
taped
to me.
to. That's exactly what it is. It's just
call it
a
a strap
cowbell in the
match.
middle of it.
What was the point
Actually,
of the
no,
cowbell?
it's a bull rope match. It's a bull rope match with
What
a
was the point of the
cowbell in the
cowbell?
middle. Because that's what they do with, I don't know, they pay attention.
And with that,
I don't know.
said,
I don't know, you son of a bitch.
That's the end of the podcast
You
because we
said
can't
that
understand why a cowbell is part of the match to begin with. But yeah, I'm glad that was a good match though. I'm glad it was a good match, even though I don't understand
It was. You would understand if you actually watched, because you don't watch it anymore.
Yeah, I don't watch
asshole.
WWE either though, so
That's not the point. So what can you tell about stuff? You was bitching when I wanted to stop watching everything before.
Well, yeah, because I said WWE, go for it. I don't care. But if you want to stop watching AEW, nobody ever told you. Either way, that's the end of the podcast. Thank you so much for watching Cowbells all over the world. Thank you so much for listening. You can follow us on Twitter at Pokes and Chokes. Myself at _ Mr. Alex25 _ the guy on the other side at
MU _ KEWLA.
Facebook.com/Pokes and Chokes. On Instagram at Pokes Chokes Podcast. You can listen to us on Spotify, Transistor, Stitcher, Apple Podcasts, and Google Podcasts. Check the link tree in the description below to check out everything Eye Pokes and Head Chokes. Also, that will take you to our Threadless, Teespring, and Redbubble stores for merch. Once again, thank you so much for listening.
It sure will.
Thank you for watching. Rate us on iTunes if you can. Leave a like, subscriptions. I'm gonna hurry up and end this right now. So thank you so much for watching, and deuces.